to ask you to join with me in prayer for a few folks. We've got a lot of sick people. And some of them have other issues going on, but I want you to agree with me in prayer. This is a King's House I just mentioned a few minutes ago. Did not read the number, but that they had been listening for 22 years. I recognize it's the same numbers. But I'd like you to pray with me for this individual from healing of prostate cancer and direction from God and the doctors and all the people around him, but we're praying for you to be healed and be in the best of care as you go through. And I've got many people with cancer diagnosis that as you go through, the Lord will see you through and be with you all the way. Also for prayer for a King's House, I'm not even going to tell you the numbers. You can just, you make a mental note of this. Sometimes I give you the numbers, you write it down if it's one, but I've got multiples here. This is somebody going through a divorce. It's a King's House. And there's a lot of dynamics going on. So please pray for this individual, because this divorce doesn't just affect one, but it affects the full family, including children are involved here. So please pray for this entire family. And then one of my sisters in the Lord on the East Coast, who her daughter is confined to a wheelchair and has been, and goes through a diversity of sicknesses, but also for the mother, because she's the caretaker. She works and she's the caretaker. So please pray what I would not give to see her daughter completely healed and out of a wheelchair. And, you know, I see so many of these people that, here's another prayer request. These are all for, this is a father requesting for his son to be freed from alcoholism and drug addiction. These are King's Houses. These are not just random folks. This King's Houses here. Again, each one of these, I go through piles of these, and I keep thinking to myself, especially for people who are praying for other people, keep holding on and keep faithing and keep praying and keep asking. And now I'm spreading the word and asking for you to claim with me, because I believe in the power of prayer, and I believe when we come together and we ask together. And I can't think of anything more destructive than someone who's in the grip of alcoholism and drug addiction, because that's destroying that individual's life, but it's destroying a family. And to be an onlooker watching somebody you love destroy themselves is another form of torture, which is, I can't even say. So please pray for this one as well. We have a couple of folks who have gone through some strokes, heart attack, stroke. I mean, there is quite a long list of folks here with bad circulation, and including one here who has depression, and this is a chronic condition for this individual, because I recognize, I read the prayer request, this is called in almost on a regular basis. So please lift these people up. I told you I believe in the power of prayer. I also believe in the healing power that is available to all. Sometimes God heals instantly and instantaneously. That person gets up and they go, and sometimes you got to get up and act as though by faith it is done, and you get up and you begin to walk. If it is depression, and depression is real, depression is not imaginary. But if it's depression, you get up and you say, the Lord has lifted that as He's lifted my spirits. And you get up and you begin to walk and you begin to claim that it is already done. Putting it in the past, that's something that's already completed for you. It's done. Now get up and walk and claim it. And don't claim it for a minute or two and then drop your guard. You keep claiming it and you keep walking as you go, saying, it's done. Even though for a time you're a walking contradiction, but isn't that what we are anyway as Christians? walking contradictions, sinning flesh, yet full of the Spirit. That's a contradiction. So please pray for these. They need your prayers, and I will continue to pray. And as things come up, I ask you and share with you, please pray for these. Sometimes you have an issue and you're sick, or you need God's healing touch, but in some ways, taking your eyes off of your problems and putting them onto somebody else lets you participate in a different level and kind of takes the focus, at least for a time. When you come back to praying for you, there's another perspective, which is it wasn't all about me all the time and my needs and my wants, but like Christ, in a Christ-like fashion, I looked to the people around me as well and prayed for them. Even in my need, I prayed for them. I'm asking you to do the same. Get on the telephone.